welcome back to Good Day. We know getting a dog is a major decision for any family.
Yeah, and once you decide to get a dog, you have to be sure it fits your family's personality and habits. Here with more is Dr. Eric from the St. Paul Pet Hospital, along with his dog, Butter, and Butter's 2-week-old puppies. First off, how are these pups doing? They look a little hungry.
Yeah, I know. Like, it's just the trump card. I can just walk in anywhere, and it's like, well, you're instantly the most famous person. So I'm riding this roller coaster as long as we can here. So they're doing fantastic. Their eyes opened up yesterday morning, so they're growing. They're growing fast. They're getting more able-bodied. Fits the. She's going to reposition, I bet. Fits the big boy right here, that one. He climbed out of the whelping box last night, which was like a ledge, and he was able to crawl up there, and it was really funny. So they're doing great.
I have no doubt about it. Let's talk choosing a dog. How often do you see people choosing a dog that doesn't fit their family? You know, what are some of the examples of mismatched dog owners?
This is probably, and I'm really glad we're kind of tackling this today. This is probably one of the biggest behavioral underlying problems I see in our clinics, and behavioral specialists will tell you, is sort of a mismatch between the expectation that we have for a new dog or getting a new dog, and then putting it in a situation that is not probably appropriate for that pet. Sure. That's kind of the underlying thing. And then we have anxiety, separation anxiety, all the other manifestations of behavioral problems that happen because we didn't match the right dog to the right family.
So it starts before you even get to that point. Obviously,
it starts months before that, if not longer. You know, I started thinking about Butter and in the context of how did I kind of, what was not my expectations, but what did I have to offer her as a human and as her owner? What did I have to offer her? And that was probably 5 to 8 years in advance. So I'm not saying everybody's going to do that, and I mean, it doesn't have to be that far out. But we have to take into consideration things like how much space do we have, how much time do we have, and do we need something that's hypoallergenic? Can you groom a dog? Can you bathe a dog every day? All those things kind of work into those factors, because there's breeds that are specifically better matched for those things. Sure.
And I would think too, do you have another dog at the house? Do you have kids at the home? Like all of that factors in.
So there's so many different considerations, and again, I think a lot of times it's putting undue expectations. And I think that's the kind of success in life in general, is sort of what are my expectations for this situation, and not having unrealistic expectations. So I think when we think about this, like, we talk about selecting like the right breed. There's not one right breed for every person. There could be trends. Obviously, I'm very partial to Labrador Retrievers.
Can see that.
They're kind of utilitarian, can do a lot of things, but I would definitely not give a Labrador Retriever to like my mom, or to somebody who needs a dog that's a little bit more active, and that frankly sheds a lot of hair. Like, do I want that? And is that a good situation? No. So
Eric, I've wanted a dog all my life. My mom and dad never got me one. Never forgot about that.
We're not.
No, still not bitter about it.
No, not bitter at all.
But what should people ask themselves before getting a dog? Like, what are some of these questions you have to think about before? It's not as simple as, hey, I'm just going to go get a dog and get one. What should you ask yourself before you get one?
How much exercise is this dog going to need every day? Do I have time to commit 40 minutes to 45 minutes every single day? Not just right now, every minute, or 45 minutes every day. Do you have time to get this dog out 3 times a day? Can you give them enough mental stimulation, enough games, enough play? Can I provide that? Do you have enough space? I was in vet school. I went to vet school for 4 years. I wanted a lab so bad because my other dog had died, and he was on the farm, and I really wanted a dog in the city. And I just knew I was moving a lot. I was moving every year. I knew that was not a good situation to have a dog at that time. And I had to be realistic about it. I'm like, well, this isn't going to work right now. I'm going to wait until I have my job and I can get settled down a little bit more, and I can provide a little bit better opportunity for that dog.
You mentioned, obviously, sometimes people have a breed in mind, and they're thinking, oh, well, this breed is good for fill in the blank. Sometimes you have a rogue dog where they don't fit the bill or whatever. If you bring a new dog home and it's just not quite working, can you change that course, or is it pretty much set in stone?
So dogs are obviously born, we're all born with our own neurologic set of, a lot of it's not necessarily congenital, but we're born with what we're, with our nervous system. I used to think that dogs' dispositions were like, when I would speak to people that breed dogs, they would tell me, oh, this line or this type of dog, like Butter, is just neurologically this way. I used to think they're crazy. I was like, no, it's environmental, this is environmental conditioning. I can change this puppy and make this dog calmer by providing it a calmer environment. That's really not true. We've been breeding dogs for tens of thousands of years, to be very specific. I think a lot of people think of it as a failure if it's in the wrong situation, or you get to a point where like, my gosh, like this dog needs more stimulation, needs more time, needs more of my energy. I cannot do this. There is no, and I shouldn't say that we should just give up right away, but we have great rescue organizations all over the Twin Cities that are rehoming dogs. That's their job, and they're great at matching families to pets that maybe need a new situation. And I think a lot of us feel like that's a failure, but there's no point in putting that dog through that situation and through that level of anxiety and that level of stress, and then putting the owner through that. I had a lady came in the clinic, this was probably 2 years ago, and she's got this big German Shepherd, and she's crying, and she's like, she felt like she was giving the dog up because she had developed a bond with it, but clearly this was not a good situation. And I just had to, grab her by the shoulder and say, this is okay. It is okay. Your dog's gonna have a better life. And that dog went to a new home. Fantastic, big family, big yard, like lots of energy, and that dog had a fantastic life, and it was a great success story. So I think having not putting too much expectation on it, and knowing that it's that's okay if that dog needs to find a new home.
Yeah. I mean, and when you talk about a dog's behavior, like you said, is there a way for you to just figure out real quick before? Hey, how's this dog gonna do?
I see this
test run?
Yeah. I see this at shelters all the time. Is they will give a dog's breed. They'll assign a dog breed to a dog, like a dog that's maybe a mixed breed. We don't know what it is, and they'll do this, and then the people walk in saying like, I want a Labrador Retriever, and it's it's clearly a mixed breed dog, but it's primarily maybe Labrador. And so then I'm a lab enthusiast. That's the dog I'm going to pick, and you're right. It's sometimes hard to see what's going to happen 1 to 2 years down the road.
Which one is this one? Is this Marge?
That's Marge.
Big Marge. I knew it was
Marge.
Big Marge.
She lays down just like Butter. She looks like.
I mean,
this is morbid. She looks like a
Monday?
polar bear rug.
Right
I know
there.
that's very morbid. It's very weird.
Does.
I mean, look at the eyes are open on this one.
That's Fitz there. He has been the strongest. Like he really can. He can get up. He was the one that got out of the welcome box last night. I came downstairs and I was like, "What are you doing?"
But we're all Marge on a Monday. That's all of us.
Marge Monday.
Dr.
Exactly.
Eric, thank you so much as always. And Butter's out.
There
She's
goes
like,
Butter.
I'm out. You guys are
here.
good. stpaulpet.com for more information.
Thanks, Eric.
Thanks, you guys.
All right, next up, one boy in